What sound effect do I have this morning? I have no ideas. I like to put in weird things, but right now I'm reacting in silence, thus my less than thoroughly realistic reaction. Howdy, 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 nearly senior citizen here. Greetings, boys, girls, and all of our non-binary friends, and welcome to this, a brand new day. Holy smokes, I woke up late. It was getting close to 7:30 a.m. before I woke up. Oi, and it has been cold this morning. Hence this. I had to turn off the fan in the window. It was so chill this morning. Now it's going to hit into the mid-90s today. And then it's supposed to chill off toward the end of the night. And the air quality outside ain't good. So thumbs up. It's going to be a hot day. But so the window is going to shut later on. I'm going to be turning the fan on again in a bit. So, yay. Hopefully it's not terrible where you are. Hopefully it's not going to get terrible here, but I don't know that I'll be able to keep the window open like I did yesterday. Thumbs up. Past that, though, hopefully you're having a great day. I had staying awake issues yesterday. Kept falling asleep. Oh boy. That's joyous. I do love falling asleep here in my chair so that my head dangles and I drool onto my shirt. Love that. Anyway, though, checking my list here, I don't have a ton written down, but I do want to talk about this one. The whole Matt Walsh, one of the alt-right grifters, who's just a horrendous person. I mean, he's bigoted in just about every way that you can be bigoted. You know, he's a Christian white nationalist, so if you're not white, he doesn't like you. And if you're not Christian, he doesn't like you. If you are not straight, he doesn't like you. He's just a total reactionary grifter. But one of the big things, he has a documentary called What is a Woman, where he talks to biologists and tries to stump them. But if you listen to the documentary with an open mind, it's not saying what he wants it to say, because they're telling him this can't be done easily. You're not listening to me, as he talks over them for his ideological stuff. The thing is, he wants them to define what is a woman in one quick line. Thing is, though, that doesn't have a good answer. His definition is, genetically, what you were born as. One big thing that makes that tough is if you are androgen resistant. It's like AIS is the full thing, where your body is absolutely untouched, does not pay attention to testosterone and such like that. So when you're born and you have this, your body grows up female. You have a female body, except inside your body, you don't have ovaries. Them's testicles, where the ovaries should be. Past that, your body is entirely female. You will be raised female. You will live female. You will be a woman. But you're not. You're male. So, should you take this person whose only difference is they don't have ovaries, they have testicles, but everything else is the same? Should you take this person and force them to live as a man? Well, I would say no, so that already we know that a man, a male, can be a woman. So that throws the definition off right there. But another thing I want to talk about, to give my big example on this one, is define what a table is. Quickly, just define what a table is. Say in your head, I've talked about this one before, but what is a table? Oh, it's a flat surface that you put stuff on? Is a horse a table? Because there is a flat surface on its back. It may not be a large surface area, but there is surface area on its back that you can put stuff on. So it's got 4 legs and it's got a serving area. So is a horse a table? No. Well, why not? Is it because the serving area is too small? Well, how about a table that they put in a dollhouse? Is that a table? It's got 4 legs and a surface area to put stuff on, so let's use that for our Thanksgiving dinner. No, that's not a table. but it fits your definition. So does a horse. Let's put our Thanksgiving, you can't put Thanksgiving dinner on a horse? Well, what's a table then? How many legs does a table have? Well, I've seen tables that have one leg. Is that actually a table? I've seen tables with 18 legs. So you're saying a table has legs. I've seen restaurants where the tables come out of the wall. They don't even have one leg. Is that a table? So if you tell me that's a table, you see these bookshelves back behind me? Are those tables? They have a surface, one leg, and a flat surface that you can put stuff on. Are these tables? No. Well, how about a bookcase that you put on a wall that comes right out of the wall? Is that a table? That's a flat surface, and it comes out of the wall like that table. And again, if you tell me it has to be a certain size, then how about that dollhouse table? Can it be of a certain size? And if so, how small? Define how small the table has to be before it's not a table. Oh, we're having a lot of problems just defining what a simple thing like a table is. So if you can't define what a table is in one line, how are you supposed to define something complex like a biological organism in one word? In one line. You can't. Does a table have to have legs at all? Does it have to be attached to things? What about a surface that's dangling from a ceiling by ropes or chains? Is that a table? It doesn't have legs. It's supported from above. Oh, now it's getting really complex, isn't it? But that happens. People have tables like that. Are those tables? It's really hard to define what a table is. So, and again, checking my list here. One of the things I'm going to start talking about creative stuff because my brain is broken. I did a lot of stuff yesterday. I did have phone calls made. I did stuff. I have made things. I'm doing stuff. I haven't got as much done as I wanted, but I'm doing things, and that's good. So hopefully things will continue to go well. There are a lot of phone calls that I have to make on Monday. There are a lot of things that I have to do. I was taking a look at my room and the stuff that I have and the stuff that I've got. As much as I say it's too much, compared to the stuff that I had, it's like a sixth. I mean, it fits, all the stuff except for my bed fits into a corner now. Not even a huge corner. So I've done a pretty good job there of getting stuff into boxes. And in here, as stated, I've got things like a little drawer thing that I can just tape shut and put this stuff in. I don't know how I'm going to move things like my bookcases, but we shall see. Yay. So there's stuff, and this morning, this left arm, oh, it's really hurting. It is not doing well. This one especially hurting. Ow. Not so bad I can't do stuff, otherwise I wouldn't be waving my arms in the air. I mean, even as much as this one hurts, I don't have any of the normal nerve pain. It is irritated muscle and pain from muscles, but the actual nerves themselves, as long as I don't touch them through here, they're not complaining. If I do, there's lines of fire down along the nerves. So, Joey, as long as I don't touch them, though, we're good. Yay! And of course, checking over here again, I wanted to talk about various things on the razor's edge just to remind people of what's going on and to keep things semi-fresh in my head. I have mentioned over a past couple things about there's the sheriff of Tenaskut came from this place, or the sheriff did this. Again, I try to have a interlinking chain of things that act organically. The sheriff, whom I have forgotten the name of, and a name isn't important based especially on what happens to them, so any name that works, but they come from the little town of Achwalach, which was the same town that Harmon, the himbo that goes to the community college and watches his entire faculty and staff and fellow students get eaten, same town, only the sheriff left before Gotso showed up. Gotso showed up and ate 500 people, very few of which actually came from Aqualok, mostly travelers, and then Harmon moved from there. But the sheriff of Tenaskut started off in Aqualok, moved to Apple Rock, to the community college there. One of the things that happened was one of his housemates in the housing got eaten because something just made it into his bedroom at night because it was hungry, and there wasn't much left of him afterward. Life is dangerous on the Razor's Edge. And then from there, moved to Tenaskut in Tenaskut Valley. In direction-wise, Aqualok from Apple Rock, which is in the center of the Razor's Edge, and it's a large, circular, flat area. Aqualok is about 1,500 kilometers in this direction toward the door that leads to the crossroads, which goes to the inside. 500 kilometers over here is the door to the outside where we are. There's the door, and then past that is Aqualok, and then past that is another town called Leshaway, where people are having their heads torn off. But we're talking about the sheriff who started in Aqualok, went to Apple Rock, and then moved over to Tenaskut Valley. Tenaskut is the city, Tenaskut Valley is the valley that the city is nestled in the mouth of, right up in the top. And then you leave the city, and there's the valley that goes downward, and then there's a lot of areas and weird things around it, and then otherwise it's just a fairly large city. And when I say fairly large, it's about as large as the town that I live, about 10,000 people. Apple Rock, the biggest place in Razor's Edge, is only 25,000 people. That's including the people that live in the surrounding areas around Apple Rock. Altogether just 25,000. Not a huge amount of people, but a big place for the Razor's Edge. But Tenaskut Valley is a valley. On the outside of the valley, you can walk, well, you'd have to drive, it's big enough. It's like 15 kilometers, a couple of kilometers over this direction, 15 back, and then there's the mouth of the valley. It's not a gigantic, deep, horrendous thing, especially up at the mouth. It's a very gentle valley, very pleasant, but it does go down. And the thing about it is, it may be only like 15 kilometers long on the outside, but when you go on the inside and you're traveling, it just keeps going. No one's ever been to the end. There have been expeditions, and of the ones that have made it back, it just keeps going inward and down. Now, the thing about that is, well, I've mentioned that there are several types of energies on the Razor's Edge. There is the energy from the inside that pours upward and inward toward the door on the inside. It rushes into the Razor's Edge in a down conversion of this energy into energy that we can use on the outside. It rains down this energy, the inside energy on the Razor's Edge. There is the energy that we use that comes down a bit, and there is a sort of halfway transitional energy that is present, but not a whole lot is known about that one, and then it rushes on out the other side. There is also the static energy that the actual Razor's Edge is made out of, which is the two universes bouncing and rub against each other, and there is a static energy that forms from this. This is a form of, oh gods, I hate ADHD, entropy, where energy is slowly leaving this system as things happen and bleeding out into here. It's going to take a very long time before anything really bad happens, but that's what's happening. So this energy is pouring into the Razor's Edge. There are a lot of wild and crazy energies at Tenaskut Valley. The valley itself, during the daytime, energy pours into the valley, a constant flow of this energy down and into the valley during the day. At night, energy rushes back out of the valley, a wind of energy. And this is not the same energy that pours into it. It is a more wilder and more feral energy that pours out. Very active, very, well, wild and feral. Can be very dangerous, but people are careful in Tenaskut because of that at night. There is also, I have mentioned in the Razor's Edge, there is no sky. You go up about a kilometer and there is the event horizon because there's no space. There's nothing up above it. In Tenaskut and Tenaskut Valley, that's not true. There is a direct connection. Their moon that they see in Tenaskut and Tenaskut Valley is our moon on the outside. Only there's a difference. You don't dare stare or even look at the full moon in Tenaskut Valley because there are the transcendent. If you look at the full moon, if your eye glances over it while you're in Tenaskut Valley, your eye will actually stick and you will stare at that moon. You can stop and break your eyes away from it, at which point you better get inside, away from the moon, so that you don't dare look at it again, because the second time that happens, you're not going to be able to look away. And if you look slower, more than just a like that, and it's like, hey, and then you look right at it instead of glancing quickly, you're going to stare at it. And if you stare at it, you better have some friends around. The first minute or so that you are staring at it, you are going to be going like this with, it looks like seeking behavior. This is an allegory. This is a metaphor. This doesn't really happen, but it's a good way to figure it out. It's like you are seeking a signal, trying to get your receiver perfectly lined up. It takes you about a minute. If your friends can break you out of that before you just stop and stare, you'll be okay. You will spend time in bed. You will have a fever. You will feel terrible for about 3 days, maxing out about a day and a half into it, and then you will get better. If they don't stop you, then your head will focus in and then you slump and stare. At that point, the best thing that they can do is just come up and to end you, because that is bad. If they break your line of sight after you begin just bluntly staring, you will, well, you won't, they will just scream in agony until they die. And it won't take more than just a couple days where they are constantly screaming mindlessly in agony. There is nobody left inside, just an agonized, horrified, pained hunk of meat. Your friend is gone. If nobody stops you from staring at the moon entirely, it takes about an hour. Halfway through that half hour into staring, you start putting on meat. You will bulk up 1.5 tons. You grow between 12 to 15 feet tall. Your head is like a Cthulhu type thing, rubbery, and tentacles with a gigantic beak inside. Your body is thick, stocky, with gigantic, though they wouldn't carry you, it would seem, wings on your back. You have become transcended. You are no longer human while you were, but you have put on a huge energy debt that you have to pay, because you are putting on bulk. This can't come from nothing. Bulk doesn't come from nothing. You have to take stuff in. The process takes a bit of an energy loan, gets all this, you're bulked up, and then you gotta pay that off quick. You have to eat a lot of meat, and the best kind of meat is the one that is infused with the energy from the quantum knotting we have in our heads within the setting. Intelligence attracts this quantum knotting. Small intelligent creatures like hamsters have like a woo, just a loop. That's their pattern. Very simple. You get up to cows and such. It's a much more complex thing. With ours, it is an intensely complex three-dimensional pattern. But this pattern gives off energy and it soaks into your meat. When you die, it takes about 6 hours for that energy to bleed out and fade from your corpse. But until then, you are infused with extra energy. 125,000 calories in a human body. A whole lot more if you are infused with this energy. Good 5 or 6 times. So, eating a person is so much better than eating a moose. You get a lot of meat, but you don't get a lot of that energy that your body needs. Because if you can't start paying it off fast, your body will start cannibalizing itself to pay off that debt. And if you can't pay off that debt, you will die as the transcended of starvation. So they have to eat fast and a lot, about 15 human beings, to pay off that energy debt. Nobody in Tenaskut Valley wants to find someone staring at the moon. That happened about 30 years back. They were unable to detect this one person who was staring at the moon. She transcended. A lot of people grew up without fathers and other parents because of that. This person transcended and had to eat as they were coming up with weaponry. That transcended ate a lot of them and then flew off. And there are 3 screams/roars that these things give off at birth when the process is finished, when they realize they are hungry, and then when they fly off into the sky toward our moon. They give off a roar of triumph, at which point, but while they're having to eat, they're basically, checking my time, mindless animals. But while they are, they're mindless animals. Once they have eaten, they begin to wake up. And when they take off and fly toward the moon, well, when they get there, they have become fully intelligent, transcended. They are so far past us because they take off into our universe. They fly off from our moon out into the greater universe where their destiny awaits. So they fly off out here to go do their new existential horror stuff. And there's a lot of, that's bad. Now the sheriff, which I've mentioned, he's the sheriff, comes from Akalock to Apple Rock to Tenaskut Valley, where he and another person, Kelvin, who's an EMT, have to do some work. But at 23 minutes in, I'm going to have to talk about the sheriff and Kelvin tomorrow. These are great and wonderful people that help me out with. They are my Patreon patrons, and without their help, I would be hosed like a literal Christmas monkey. That would suck. Thank you, everybody who is one of my Patreon patrons. You are beautiful and awesome people. You keep me and my aging pet from being hosed like Christmas monkeys. Thumbs up and thank you. I made a video yesterday about my GoFundMe. Hopefully that'll work because I need help. The problem is people are asking me how much do I need. I don't know. I don't know how much a U-Haul costs. I don't know if I need a storage unit. There's a lot of stuff that I simply don't know. It could be a small amount of money. It could be a large amount of money depending on the situation, and I don't know what situation there is. So I don't have answers. But thank you each and every person that has helped me out and will hopefully help me out. Oy vey. So thumbs up, thank you much. I'm going to go through and thank how many people have left me comments in the past 24 hours. Let me turn off this spotlight on my monitor. And if I mispronounce a username, no disrespect is intended. And even though I count in the fingers of this hand in American Sign Language, I don't really count anymore. It's for like stimming purposes. I have my text increased to 150% so I can read it at this distance. It's great having nearsightedness, farsightedness, astigmatism. My monitor is too close for this eye, too far away for this eye. We have Jesse Koskinen. Application fees suck. I mean, every place has them. I mean, even if there's just normal person who's renting out a room, they say, yep, $42 application fee. America, capitalism. But good to see you in the comments, my friend. Thumbs up, thank you, and appreciated. You don't say much, but thank you for saying anything at all. Greatly, greatly appreciated. There is user who, they ask, how much money do you need? I don't know. I need $300 for my Comcast for next month on top of everything else. So I honestly don't know. And that sucks that I can't give a good answer. Larry from Space, greatly appreciated. Thumbs up, thank you much. It's good to see you. The real one, application fees blow. Welcome to End Stage Capitalism. Well, the beginning of End Stage Capitalism. We have B, thumbs up and thank you. Fluffy Big Butt, good to see you in the comments. Thank you much, and I wish I knew. And then we have Raju, R-A-J-U, thumbs up, and I don't know about asking churches. I mean, I'd have to see, maybe ask. There's resources I need to find out. We have Chris, greatly appreciated. Here's hoping, thumbs up, thank you. Joker, greatly appreciated. And then we have Pot Blast, thumbs up, thank you very, very much. Ice Damon, greatly appreciated. Good to see you in the comments as well. And then there is Cake. Cake actually talking about social anxieties as well. They blow. They blow. I would like to do role-playing stuff, and there's a role-playing game store in town where they do role-playing stuff after hours. I will walk by the place 9:30 at night, 10 o'clock. It's still open with people playing inside. So there's options. There's also people. There's about 5 or 6 people, and I don't know any of those 5 or 6 people. My social anxiety is to say, stay away, even though I want to go in. Still though, I can't remember what else I was going to say. Oh yes, it is a weekend. I'm going to take it easy as I can. Hopefully you're going to take things as easy as you can. That would be a very good thing. Relax, we all need to. Yay! A good thing on that. So, until we meet again, you take care. Have a great day today. I will see you on the flip side, and that is indeed a very good thing. And now, itchy nose. So saying, I have to turn on my controller so I can turn off the video. Yay! I am a silly, silly boy. At 60 years old, I don't know if I can call myself a boy, but still, you take care, and I'll see you.